Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5. Starting at number 5. Sony A9 Mark II. Quote from our own review, the Sony A9 II is the fastest, most ferocious full-frame sports camera we've ever used. This camera's blistering speed and autofocus performance are impressive, and matched only by its phenomenal connectivity, which promises to be a game-changer for pro shooters. We would love to have seen Sony implement something akin to Olympus Pro capture feature, so that you never miss the critical moment. However, if our most damning criticism is that the A9 II is too fast for us to keep up with, surely that's nothing but mission accomplished for Sony. For professionals who need more than speed, however, there is the new Sony A1, which edges ahead of the A9 II for sports photography and throws in 8K video and 50MP stills too. Coming at number 4. Sony ZV-E10. The Sony ZV-E10 is not going to win any awards on the photography front, where its specs are good but completely mainstream. But it is a great option for content creators cutting their teeth in vlogging and videography. While Sony hasn't moved its APS-C 4K video tech along much in recent years, the ZV-E10 is the manufacturer's first APS-C body to feature an articulating touchscreen, which is obviously vital for vlogging. It also packs a large and well-performing internal microphone, with clip-on muffler, Sony's excellent autofocus, and an appealing price tag. It's a shame that there is no in-body image stabilization, and the menus can't be touch-controlled. A rather glaring omission for a vlogging camera, but for a very specific YouTube-era audience this camera hits the nail on the head. At number 3. Sony A6400. The Sony A6400 is effectively Sony's middle A6000 series camera, fitting in above the A6100 model and below the top-of-the-range A6600. But it still packs a super fast, super high-tech autofocus system and great 4K video capabilities. Its still image quality is very good. But really this camera's strength is as a blogging/vlogging tool for single-handed content creation. Its 180-degree screen is the key here, flipping up and over to face you to help your framing, facial expressions and delivery as you present video pieces to camera. The specs of the top-of-the-range A6600 are better, but you have to be careful with any camera, and with Sony models in particular, not to pay for high-tech features you don't need, such as cutting-edge AF or unnecessarily fast burst modes. Number 2 of my list. Sony A6100. This is the entry-level successor to the Sony A6000, and while the older model remains on sale, we hear rumblings that it may not be for much longer. 6 years on, the A6100 has brought a host of improvements, sharing many of the same upgrades featured in the latest mid-range A6400 and top-end A6600 bodies, including a 180-degree touchscreen for selfies and vlogging, 4K video, and a faster and more advanced autofocus system. We weren't bowled over by the A6100 when it first came out because it cost far more than the A6000. But a couple of years on, the A6100 is almost down to a 6,000 prices, which have crept up, and it is, without a doubt, a much better camera. Having said that, we also hear that Sony has ceased production of the A6100 against a backdrop of chip supply issues, and the disruption caused by the global pandemic, so while the A6100 is still on sale right now, its longer-term future looks in doubt. And number 1. Sony ZV-1. While the new Sony ZV-E10 spiritually supersedes it, the ZV-1 remains a great option that doesn't require you to faff with lens changing. Some might dismiss the ZV-1 as yet another Sony RX100 variant, but it's much more than that. The sensor and lens might be familiar, but the body, the controls, the audio and the rear screen are all new and different and optimized brilliantly for vlogging. There are a couple of niggles. Just as the Sony ZV-E10 reinvented Sony's APS-C mirrorless cameras at a lower price for a vlogging audience, so the ZV-1 does the same for Sony's previously pricey Sony RX100 compact camera range. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.